Well, hello, everybody. This is Pastor Nate Green, and I am here with some of the greatest voices in the kingdom for Preacher Talk. God bless you, Bishop Jacobs, Bishop Moore. You couldn't be a bishop. You had to be the highest of us all. Apostle
Chief.
Chief.
Wow.
Chief. Wow. Amen. C.A. There it is.
I'd like to retire the spookiness. I don't want to be spooky anymore.
No.
I came out of PAW. We weren't
The
spooky.
spooky one.
937 West
shit.
Magnolia, Greater Lincoln Park Temple Institutional Church. Bishop William Anthony Ellis is my senior pastor.
Come
That's
on
right.
here.
That's
That's
right.
where you're from.
That's right.
And we are here today to talk about road rules and our experiences on the road. Brothers, let's talk about it. What have been some of your most interesting experiences?
Are we going to go with the pros or the cons?
Let's start with the pros,
I'm about to say,
so we
that would
won't
be
come
the
across
easiest
negative.
thing, yeah. We don't want to.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Mm-hmm.
It's an honor for anybody to call you, especially if you have to fly somewhere to put you on a plane,
Yeah.
to put you in a room just so you can share the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is an honor. That is an honor, especially when you have great preachers in that area or community, and they see your ministry as worthy enough to fly you in and to have you stand before the congregation that they pastor.
That's a very bishopy answer.
It was.
That's a setup.
It's a well-trained man.
He is the bishop.
Wow, that was wow.
But real phenomenal. And if you do it long enough, you'll start discovering there are some people who bring you for your skill set and you know how well you do what you do. But at the same token, the God factor is it's God who places you on people's hearts.
Yes.
You know, it's God who knows what's necessary for which moment, and those are the moments that are most humbling.
Yep.
You know, that God would put you on, because people don't have to bring you for nothing.
You ain't
Don't
you
have
got
to.
that right.
They don't have to bring
Got
you for
that
nothing.
right.
So pros,
It can be exciting.
yeah.
Yeah, if you love the craft.
What is exciting about it?
I think just getting to put your skill set, there is a very practical side to preaching. I think we would all agree.
Absolutely.
There's a very divine aspect to it, but there's some work that has to go into, and you get a chance to stand before God's people in a city that you don't live in. The excitement, the adrenaline, the forecasting of how you think it's going to turn out, it can be really exciting. You're not excited?
No, I'm very excited. I'm just excited about my question.
He's going somewhere here.
Do you guys preach it to yourself before you preach it to the people?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I typically don't.
Oh, he's so deep.
That's why you get the spooky strings.
Well, do you write?
Yes.
So I think that's a form of
Oh, I
preaching.
thought y'all meant in the mirror. Hallelujah.
No, I don't.
Do it again.
Hallelujah.
keep it right there. Keep it right there.
No, I preach it to myself as I'm writing it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, so that's my, that's my way.
There are some things that I say out loud just to hear how it sounds to me.
Yeah.
And if my wife happens to walk in while I'm doing it, she knows I'm not crazy. She says, "Oh, you're preparing your sermon."
Yeah.
But sometimes I preach it to myself. Now, one time I caught my uncle, Pastor Michael Green, and I was 12, falling in love with the idea of becoming a preacher one day, and I heard somebody outside, and they were going, "The Bible says," and I said, "Who is outside preaching?" And I knew he was outside washing his car. Well, he had the water hose, and he was preaching his sermon for Sunday in the water hose. I said, "You better get it, Uncle." That was the moment that I realized maybe you ought to preach it before you preach it.
That's a love for the game. There's a love for the game.
And there's sometimes I will practice my introduction, especially if there's words I'm not used to saying.
Them clack words.
Them clack words.
Yeah, they'll get you.
Absolutely.
They'll get you.
I'll
It's an
definitely,
eloquent choice of words.
because
with him.
I want to feel the flow and I want to feel how I need to say those words. So I'll do things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I want to make sure I don't sound stupid.
Yeah.
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 That always helps. That always helps.
Trying to sound like Clack, trying to sound deep.
Very, very powerful. Very profound. But let's get into it though.
Mark is so interested into getting to the cons.
No.
He's ready to get to the nitty gritty
I
stuff.
got things I've been holding for years. I got a story to
What's
tell
on your chest
These are
now?
my confessions.
These are my confessions.
Wait, but Mark, before you go, can I ask how many nights? You don't have to get the exact amount, but how many nights do you think you preach out on the year, for the whole year?
I was talking to Tracy about this recently. I average 3 nights a week out somewhere. So whatever 3 nights a week is.
3 times 52. That's 100 and close to 150.
Yeah.
Over at least.
Now that's not counting home.
Right. I'm just talking about on the road.
Yeah.
You preaching almost
which is
200, 225 days.
Which is about half of what Jacobs and Green and you do. So
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm right at around 90, 95.
But see, you say no to a lot of stuff.
I do.
Yeah, and another thing is wife and beautiful children, wife and beautiful children, wife and beautiful children. It's just me. So send me, I'll go. But we wanted Bishop Jacobs when Benjamin had class. Send me, I'll go. He had to take Benji to school. We wanted Nathaniel. We wanted superintendent, but he had to take baby girl. Here I am.
I was a replay. They said, find us somebody else light skinned with glasses and bald. Find us somebody like that.
I get the dates that y'all are not available for.
That's not true.
But I do want to get to the pros even before we get to cons. I think we could spend 3 hours on cons. But what was your most influential or impactful positive road story, road experience? Who were you preaching for? Honestly, I was on YouTube yesterday and Nathaniel Green, Pastor Nathaniel Green popped up, and it was a clip from like 13 years ago of you at Temple of Deliverance in Memphis, Tennessee. And
that day.
You were going to work, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know what the event was, but you were in Temple of Deliverance like it was the Green Temple.
It was an humbling moment. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Is that your tell us about that and then tell us, what else?
That was an humbling moment just because of where I was standing. I mean, anytime you get a chance to preach at Temple of Deliverance, the house that Bishop G. Patterson built, founded, it was humbling, man. And at that time, it was probably the biggest door that I had ever preached in. And it was nerve-wracking. It was intimidating. Yeah. I mean, I still get nervous before I preach anywhere nowadays, but then I was shaking in my boots, Doc. You know how you get bubble guts sometimes when you get really nervous? I think I had bubble guts, Doc. I was sweating down the back of my knees. But the Lord blessed us. I feel like those moments when you're most nervous is when God sometimes gets the most glory because you recognize your own inadequacy and your inability to do this on your own. But my most memorable moment was not on the road. It was preaching at home for my grandfather. And those moments of affirmation, I think, stand taller than any other affirmation that I've received from anybody else, primarily because people who see you on the road, they just see what they see on the road. Yeah. This is a man who knows me, knows the worst about me, but spoke so highly of me. Good, and that was humbling as a son.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Clack, what? I'm not going to guess. What was your...
Yeah, I'd have to say Father's Day at World Harvest Church for Pastor Parsley.
Wow.
I'm probably 2 or 3 years into pastoring, so it wasn't any good. No, there's no way it could have been any good. But just him inviting me, the why behind it. He wanted sons on Father's Day, and he could have chose anybody. And that sticks out on the road. At home has to be Zoe's funeral. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was a. We were all a part of the Clack clan.
Absolutely.
Right. That day, like
absolutely.
And you murdered.
Oh my God.
You murdered.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It took a special grace
for sure
for that.
Had to. No other explanation than that. James, what was your?
Bishop John Francis.
London, yeah, man.
London, England. That was life-changing. And the whole experience was top-notch.
You killed, brother.
God met us. I mean, it was just, and you know what's so funny? I had to fly in after that 10-hour flight and go straight to the pulpit. And so I remember rushing, and they were waiting, for me to get there. And it's like, oh, God. That was the first service, and I was there I preached Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday and that Sunday.
Wait, Monday through Friday?
No, it's actually Sunday through Friday. I preached Sunday through Friday.
Every day?
Every day. every day, and I preached at all of his locations.
And it was glorious every time.
Oh man! And you think to yourself, are they gonna be like America? They were 10 times better. I was like, I can preach to y'all every day.
Hungry.
And you did. And you did. And you did.
And I, I'm going with Clack. I think my most memorable would be my father. I had to.
We were there for that, Reverend.
We were there, Doc.
We were all Jacobs then.
And I would tell I preached all my grandparents, but never a father or a parent, I should say. So that was detrimental. I was upset. I was mad that this was even a request or a desire. But it had to be my most memorable. I think I felt the help of God.
Wow.
And my, the Bible says His strength is made perfect in your weakness. But I tell you, I'm even, when I don't know if you all remember, I walked out and Bishop walked out with me. I'm telling him, like, I can't do this. Like, because all I can see myself is getting up and just crumbling, And so I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how. And man, when I got up, I really felt the Lord help me do that. I could feel His strength.
Come on, man.
So that's my most memorable. And I know we all feel God when we preach, but I felt God in that moment, not even as anointing, but I felt Him as help.
Hey friends, this is Pastor Nathaniel Green, and listen, if ever you are in the Dallas, Texas area or anywhere near the Metroplex, I want you to plan to join us at Grace Cathedral Church of God in Christ, where everyone has a place in grace. We're located at 7615 South Polk Street, and you can join us on Sunday mornings either at 8 a.m. or at 10:30 a.m. for our morning worship services, or you can join us for our midweek worship every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. I promise you, your life will never be the same.
Grace and peace. Listen, I am so glad to be a part of Preacher's Talk. But beyond Preacher's Talk, I need you at Ignite 2024. It's going to be September 12th through the 15th. We have Miranda Curtis. We have Bishop Michael Blue. We've got Pastor Mark Moore. We have Bishop Anthony Gilliard. I mean, the list goes on and on. Apostle Brandon Clack. I'm going to be there. My wife's going to be there. Mother T. Renee Glenn is going to be in the house, and you need to be there too. Register right now. Hotels are all sold out. But I still want you to come get an Airbnb. I don't care what you got to do. Meet us at Ignite 2024. It is your season to catch the fire.
What's going on, everybody? Brandon Clack here, and I am overjoyed at the incredible opportunity coming up called Begin Again. That's right. Reformation Conference is back. We are so excited about the things that God is doing, and I want to make sure that you get to Memphis, Tennessee by plane, by jog, by boat, by walk. I don't care how you get there, but you'd be crazy not to be in the building again. So many incredible things are going to be happening, and you're going to make sure that you're there to receive everything that God has for you. So we got the website right at the bottom at a lower third. If you'll just go there, you'll see all of the ways where you could be a part, and I can't wait to see you there. Peace.
Hey family, Pastor Mark Moore Jr. here, and I am so excited to invite you to the Spirit and Truth Church Convocation this July 14th through the 21st. We're calling it 7 Days of Glory. We are literally bringing together some of the greatest voices in the kingdom for 7 days that are guaranteed to change your life. This one's not about branding. It's not about classes. This one is about an authentic encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ. There will be an unbroken 24-hour prayer chain going on all 7 days in the physical space, and you need to make sure you're there. The information's at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see everybody from Bishop Brandon Jacobs to Bishop Darius Nixon, Pastor T. Renee Glenn. Everybody is going to be there. We need to make sure that you're in the house as well. This is a chance. Our church now has over 2,000 members, and this is a chance for all of our family to come from across the country. There are members in Texas and Arkansas and Utah and California. I'm calling everybody together. Let's seek God for real, and watch Him do something special. I will see you at Convocation. And it had to mean so much to you that day for Apostle Robinson to come.
Oh, God.
I know that meant a lot, because she's not even really flying like that right now.
No, she's not flying at all.
Yeah.
And she has her own health challenges, and so for her to risk herself,
Yeah.
and to jump on a plane and she has, the condition. I broke when she walked in the office. I turned into just, oh God, had a Baptist fit. Because I knew the price of that sacrifice.
Yeah.
So for her to get on that plane to be there, and she's the last person I would have expected, not because it went in her heart, just because it wasn't something that she should do.
Yeah.
But
that's love, though. Love shows up. Love shows
Jesus loves, and y'all and me, and then y'all walked in the door. I was no good. So I was, we're gonna come out of that room. Let's come in and close the door.
I get it.
Do you have a door closer button?
Put whatever you want to. Whatever you want to.
Wrong one.
Oh my God.
How about you, Mike?
I think that the most impactful experience was Abuja, Nigeria.
Ooh.
For y'all know about COSA?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Commonwealth of Zion Assembly was the most mind-blowing experience.
Wow.
Now, what was crazy was it literally, the way God had it work out, I was in YLC. We did YLC Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday ends, I'm at my home church Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I left Sunday morning service, went straight to the airport, flew after YLC.
Yeah.
Flew across the ocean, landed in Nigeria. And the level of service and care and just attention to, we land, get off the plane, and they're waiting at the door of the plane, 3-piece black suit, sunglasses, and immediately, first, Pastor Moore, we celebrate you. I ain't never been celebrated, but that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm thinking we going to customs. I said, oh no, you right this way. They took us around customs, walk us outside. There are 3 luxury SUVs there. Brothers in machine guns with machine guns standing by the doors. Every time I walk out, we celebrate you. All right, now, hey, real quick, my bags. Oh, no. You don't have to wait for your bags. We get your bags. We celebrate you. I'm like, all right.
Did every statement end with we celebrate
Every
you?
statement
Yeah, man.
ends with we celebrate
So,
you.
like, where's the restroom? To the left.
We celebrate you.
I love it.
We get in the truck. They got frankincense and myrrh in the cup holder,
not Jesus,
diffusing in the Range Rover. Right.
Wow.
Get on the highway. It's security escorts in the front. They have a Range Rover just for our bags.
Wow.
Because you don't ride in same Rover with your bags. We celebrate you.
Yeah.
Like, I rode to the airport with them. They mine. Get to the hotel. Get out there, brothers. Again, sending machine guns, walking us up. We have a whole wing of the top floor, right? Walk into the room. The Lord is my witness. I'm tired. It's a long flight. YLC just happened. Walk into the suite. Look up. And I notice on the walls, they're like my mama. Wait, that is my mama. What? They've taken all the artwork down and replaced it.
Come on, man.
With family photos.
Come on, man.
Of me.
Wow.
Graduation with my just what?
Graduation, bro.
Graduation picture. How did y'all even get this?
That's deep.
They take me through every room. They have a big cake in the dining room. My face is on the cake. I ain't never had my face on the cake before.
Wow.
Take me into the bedroom. They're showing me. They have taken the hotel sheets off of the bed and replaced them with Versace sheets.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you a
We
true
celebrate
story.
you.
We celebrate you.
Yes.
You know, men of God don't lay on hotel sheets. We celebrate you. What's your that's thread count right there? They have a robe made for me, Versace robe with my name stitched on it.
Do you still have it?
Oh, do I? It's in the closet right now. In fact, I could have somebody go get it right now because you think I'm playing.
I want to see.
We trust you.
Oh, towels with my name on Versace.
Now wait
towels.
a minute.
Reverend, they're in my office. I'm telling you right now.
celebrate you.
I'm gonna show you. We celebrate you. I'm like, this is amazing. Now,
Can they
would it be
celebrate
possible?
me?
Yeah, hey, hallelujah.
Celebrate me.
I said, is it possible we can go to a barber shop, before church? But we had no problem, Pastor. We celebrate you. I said, just let me know what time I need to be ready. They leave. 30 minutes. Knock on the door. open the door. They walk in a line. The brothers that dropped me off, and they got this other guy with these bags and said, "We bring barbershop to you. We celebrate you." I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool." No, barber came. They start unpacking stuff. It's clippers, it's capes, but it's all in packages. It's all new.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are you doing? He leans over and says, "We dare not use clippers on the man of God. We celebrate you." They done bought all new clippers.
Wow.
Right? We ain't even got to church yet. Get to church. Never seen anything like this. People are lined up. They've got protocols. It's what they call like the armor bearer adjutants. But then they've got all these beautiful hostesses outside, standing, lining the chair. They have on the same dress, the same shoes. You know what we do in our churches? Choir, everybody wearing black. You got 9 shades of black. Right. No, they got the same everything on. And every step you take, we celebrate you. Flower petals. And what is going on here?
Yeah.
You walk in, they're cheering. I've never been here. They don't know me. They're standing, reaching out to touch you. So it was such an expansion of my reality. Church is over. They take me through this tunnel off the side of the pulpit that's literally lined in white fur.
My
literally.
God.
A mink, chinchilla, I don't know. It was very soft. White fur.
That's amazing.
Floor, carpet, walls, everything. They take you down to this compound, gold and green and just all you can eat food and just amazing. Then the gifts that they're giving you, bottles of expensive cologne with your name engraved in just like what is happening right now? Beyond my, and then just the exposure to that. And then I'm asking Pastor Bill, how did you learn? He taught me something. I said, Pastor, I have to ask, this is not good for church. This is the best in the world. How did you do this? He said something that I'll never forget. He said, a lot of churches compare themselves to other churches. They learn from other churches. He said, that's not what we do here. We learn from the best in the world. So tell me, what does that mean? He said, our security team, do you know who trained them? I said, no, sir. He said, we found the team that trained security for the Super Bowl. Wow. Flew them here to train our security people. He said, think about it. Super Bowl, 70,000. They've been drinking. They're excited. They're passionate. Have you ever heard of a violent event at the Super Bowl?
Wow.
I said, no, sir, I haven't.
Wow.
He said, that's because they're the best in the world. And so my mind was blown.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That is unheard of.
I'm trying to tell you.
So when you landed back in the States,
brother,
take me back.
I said, wait, ain't nobody. Hello, y'all don't see me here? I came to church Sunday with attitude.
What was the next?
I got to park my own car? What's going on?
No, we celebrated.
I went to my house and was like, I can't even live here no more.
Take me back.
Ain't no
to the
celebration.
hotel.
Take me back.
What was the next engagement like?
We gonna talk about content. Oh God, boy. It was so it showed just the range of how things can be, because I think the next engagement, I'm in the service, drummer not there. I got to play the drums.
No.
Yeah, it's just, I felt bad. No, here's what happened. It was a church. 9 people there, I think. Right.
And how many was in the crowd you had just left?
Oh, thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Like tens of thousands.
Inside and outside. They have jumbo screens, as the Lord is my witness, like Jumbotron projectors outside.
Yeah.
For people to watch. And they're outside dancing. And it was crazy. It was crazy. They do a thing called 12 Days of Glory.
My
and
God.
It's 12 days of just around the clock glory. And so next trip, I'm at church, 9 people, but good people. And again, nobody has to invite you nowhere. And I felt like it was a spirit check. So I get there fresh off of whatever. Get there, and it's a ministry family. So it's 9 people there. 3 or 4 of them are the first family. And I'll never forget this. The first lady had just had like a back surgery.
Wow.
And she was playing the drums.
Oh no.
Gosh.
And I'm sitting here, it's not Clack. Wait a minute. This is the transfer. You pull it together.
Do not put the camera on.
You pull it together.
Sorry.
No, put it on him. Put it on the apostle. Is this your king? Huh?
I really tried to hold it, man. But he said back surgery. And all I can bear was a symbol.
You're so stupid.
Touch.
I'm serious.
He said back surgery.
I'm serious.
I'm gonna play this
It was nobody else. So
for your glory.
I'm there riding that. So I said, first, I'll take it. So I played the drums for the service.
Wow, man.
They introduced me. I got off the drums, preached my little heart out. But it was like, okay, this is why we do this. This is the back and flow. So that was definitely my most positive, impactful experience. Just seeing, and then especially as Westerners, we feel like our church is the only church. No, it's a whole nother world out there.
What did the woman say about the house of Solomon? Half has not been
Never been
told.
told. Yeah. So we've all had pros, but what was your most memorable negative road story? Because we've all had them.
Who's going first?
Oh, yes, we have.
Who deliver your soul? Nate,
We've all had several.
several. And to be clear, this is not 20 years ago.
No.
I still have some.
Hello.
Oh,
And I tell you that I won't be back. I won't be back.
Real
I
talk.
won't be back.
People think we're being funny when we hand out riders, but when you've been burned enough,
Oh my God.
and that's what they don't consider. They just looking at, they getting this letter for the first time, but they don't realize how many times you had.
Life made us have to do those
true.
things.
Yeah.
And people they give you checks that bounce.
Oh, that they bounce high that.
And it hurts you. It hurts your account.
Oh, yeah.
Because the bank could keep trying to put it through. And
I count in my feelings.
you understand this? So, just the lying and the deception and
Dot.
Yeah.
That's the key. Just
Do you
tell
all
the
have a
truth.
list of places you won't go back to?
oh yeah.
I have a list. Laminated.
I have a list.
The copy. It's
have a list.
alphabetical order.
It's it can grow too.
And hell enlarges herself daily.
So there's that list.
And sometimes it's not the finances or the spiritual experience of the church. Sometimes it's that back office experience.
Right.
Often to talk about that.
Make you say, I'm not coming, I can't come back here.
Yeah.
It's their perception. It's
Lack of integrity
ooh yeah, you're right.
in the leader.
Yep. So you're right. Nope.
I don't want to be guilty by association.
Yep.
Like take
Or because we got. We're not gonna tell this story. Or
Tell it.
no, we can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
this preacher talk. You
brought
got
it
to
up.
tell it.
Oh, this is our talk.
I hate when folk bring stuff up and be like,
Which story we talk- Oh.
You already know. You
I
already know the story. But I'm gonna say, or when your name end up in stuff that you had nothing to do
Can't
with.
tell that one.
Nothing to do with it, and we will
Hey,
not tell that story.
No, and we were
The Brandons had nothing to do.
Brandon's got a testimony.
but
B&B Ministries.
you're just present.
Yeah.
And so because you're present, they put
You're an
your-
accessory.
Yeah, they put your stuff.
Guilty by association.
Yeah. So what was your worst?
I had to. Let me tell you.
Here's the ground rule: no city,
Okay.
no church name,
Oh no.
no Reformation. Just because they're already
Well, that's all the
commenting.
good stuff.
Yeah, no,
No, I'm just joking.
They're already commenting one of the who. But
I had to
James.
preach somewhere, and they put me in a hotel. The lobby actually looked nice. I got in that room. It stunk. And then there was a hole in the room, in the wall.
A hole in the wall?
Yes.
You were literally at
You
a
could
hole.
look into the next room?
I saw the wood. I saw the.
Well, keep looking. You might see some more wood.
I called Christian, and I said, Christian, and he had a stain.
What kind of stain was it?
What color was that
It
stain?
was brown.
It was.
I hope it wasn't doo-doo brown.
They weren't healthy.
So then this is the thing. I called my admin and I said, first I called who invited me, and they said, oh, this was the best, da 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 da. I called my admin. She
Were
said,
you in like some remote village?
No.
So you're in a major American city.
He's
No,
in
the city
Nigeria.
wasn't as big, but I didn't have to be where I was. So I called my admin, and she said, no, Bishop, that's literally a hotel you can walk to
Wow.
across the street that is, more comparable. So when I changed the hotel, the pastor got offended and felt like I was being arrogant.
Shame on him.
And I'm saying to myself, do you see?
The stain.
The hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And the stain on the
I
furniture.
stayed there several times.
Did you put the hole in this wall?
No, the blood. No,
Shoot, that's the pastor.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
there was
think
an
that-
offense, and I told him, "You don't have to pay for it." I'm.
Wait, he was offended and you didn't even make him pay for it?
No, I decided to pay for it myself because
Right,
my
you-
thing, I'm like, I didn't want that. Oh, he's too big time. So I decided just get the hotel
But you
room.
got it anyway.
I'll pay for it myself. Oh, I wasn't staying in that hotel.
Did it make it hard to preach that night?
I was
I
nervous.
know it did.
I was nervous about the initial encounter when we pulled up to the church.
Yeah.
And
Encountering the
But
pastor.
it's honor. It's honor. Honor unlocks potential, and when you don't feel honored, it's hard to open up yourself. And knowing that they're looking at you as he think he just because he that had to create a tension.
Yep.
Oof.
Sure did.
What's worse though is if you go straight to the church and you preach, and then after you leave preaching, then you end up at the nasty hotel.
Oh yeah.
That's
You
And I'm
ended
gonna
up at
take-
one?
oh many
That whole experience though is just
many are the
so
afflictions.
so even when it came time to, the business side, it was
Well, you knew that when you saw that hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, and that stain on the furniture.
yeah, it's like
knew
listen, it's like man, so and so when you send those, it's not because we're trying to be grand. Those teach you like. We travel so much.
Yeah.
A lot of it is we just need to be comfortable.
You know what? And nothing teaches that lesson like exposure.
Oh yeah.
Growing up in Sanctified Church, I used to have a dim view of these preachers with these, because we hear preachers got these contracts. Jesus rode on a donkey. Now you got to ride and first, and that's Lord, just keep me humble. I don't ever want to be. No, just send me. I'll go. And then I started going,
Right.
and you in 3-4 cities a week, and you in these little middle seats in the back of the plane.
Oh,
Hey, man.
You get
and
off
as
the plane.
tall as
I'm
we are,
6'5".
You're 6'4". They got you sitting in the bathroom.
Come on.
In the back, right? So you get off
on a
you're
3-hour flight.
3-hour flight
I'm sorry.
on Spirit. You
felt something.
You felt that. Let it out. That's why
you
we're
have
here.
memory.
Let it out.
Tall.
Trauma.
We're tall, and then you sit in the middle seat, and then the
Fighting for
person
your
in
life.
front of you wants
They
to bring
recline.
the seat back, and you're sitting there first. I'm tall and big, so I'm sitting.
Why?
I'm scared to put my shoulder, my elbow. So I'm riding like this, like. And then you wanna lean your seat back. You pay for
Seat on your knees.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
your knee, and it hurts.
Yeah.
And then they want you to come and Doc, we want you to wear the house out
They
tonight.
want you to do what they saw you do at your house.
Oh yeah.
With your sound system, with your
let's
whatever.
not get
team.
into
Oh,
some-
come on, no, let's talk about it. And then they give you this little karaoke mic and do the thing you do. Do the grab your neighbor thing. Grab your neighbor. Anybody know God will? Do the thing. Ooh,
the
excuse me, let me boast.
Right.
No.
And the microphone is caked up with stuff
cake.
all on the inside.
Come on here.
Old
Sewer
lipstick
mic.
All the spit on the
and
mic.
Skin and
Then it's got that soggy tape.
did you
The
yeah,
tape
and
unraveling.
soggy tape, and it smelled like 10 different types of breath.
Church van seats.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Just nasty.
Then they mad. Well, why you ain't do that? Because I got to do this again tomorrow in a different climate, in a different city, and I don't have a lot of voice already. So you crammed in this thing. Then they take you to a hotel. Don't feed you. You can't. Ain't no room service at this place, right? And then want you to perform.
Oh wait, you had to order Uber Eats, and then the Uber Eats don't get there
Till 1 a.m.
until it's too late.
And it wakes you up with the ding.
So now you can't eat. So now you're going home. Oh God.
Yeah, and so it's you get a different revelation when you're like, oh, maybe those guys weren't being grand. Maybe they were concerned about self-preservation. Like if I'm gonna give you what I came to give you, I got to be able to sleep.
Yeah.
And I can't sleep on a cot. Y'all got me staying at a halfway house.
Yeah.
But you know what, Mark? I think one of the disadvantages of the people that are looking up to you, you make it look really easy.
You do.
Very much so.
And not just him, all of you do. You make it look so easy that the watchers are saying, let me just get some vocal lessons so I can get a steak and a flight and really enjoy it. But the truth of the matter is it's not as easy as it looks.
Man,
there are some real war stories. Not to mention, I know y'all don't want me to. Not to mention what follow you back to that room in your soul and in your heart is you just preach somebody out of hell and hell follows you home.
Yeah.
You got a nightmare at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Because the warfare that follows is real, man.
Or just not just that. You show up to preach and you have your own situations going on at your church you pastor.
Come on.
At your home.
Or with your children,
Yeah.
or, and when we say even with our spouses, it don't have to be a bad marital thing. It can be my spouse is in transition with her job, or my spouse is dealing with a sickness.
Anything.
And I had to leave. I'll never forget preaching, and they were so supportive. Shout out to another great experience, Bishop Marvin Sapp.
Yeah.
I was preaching for him, and while he's introducing me, I get a call, I get a text. My phone's blowing up, and I'm like, I'm about to preach. Your wife and children have just been in a drastic car accident.
Wow.
What? And Bishop Sapp is up. We thank God we got Bishop.
Man.
And I'm thinking, you can eat it outside. So then I'm running out, and they're like, but everything's okay. You should have led with
Right.
everything's okay. They've been so the way they were stuck in the in the snow down a hill. So, I'm like, I just need to call my wife and hear her voice. Like, so I call her. She's like, we're okay. But then you hear, some of my kids think this is fun. but then I got, I don't even remember which one was crying. So I'm thinking, I hear some of them laughing like, oh, Dad, we're okay. My wife says we're okay. But then you hear your crying child and you can't be there. You're in Texas, they're in Indiana, and I have to get up in that trauma and try to minister to people, which they were very understanding. Bishop Sapp was like, man, I'm like, no, I'm all right. So I was able to get through it. And of course, in the moment I'm open, like, God's gonna make a way. He's gonna bring you out. So I get the text, everything's fine. They're all at the church. So I'm like, y'all, my family fine. Of course, the whole service.
Oh, yeah.
Around the church they went.
Yeah.
It's time now.
Yeah. But it you got all of that on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Building negotiations. You understand? Contract negotiation about new hires at the church. I mean, all of these things, and you still have to get up and
Preach through it.
and preach through it.
That's not easy, man.
No.
I remember the Sunday that my grandfather died right before I had to go and preach my Sunday morning service.
Jesus.
And I was a new pastor at that time, and my church didn't know I was just in a fetal position.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the floor crying my brains out, and had to come out and preach like nothing was going on.
He said, we celebrate you. Thank you.
Y'all didn't hear that?
I heard the whisper. That was pretty big time.
Celebrate you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Green. I'm sorry.
Well done. Thank you. Green pouring his heart out.
Yeah, I was all right. I hear what
Yeah, I was in a fetal position.
over here, about to cry.
Don't cry.
I hope you choke. But nevertheless,
We got your back. So your grandfather died while you were pastoring.
Thank you.
yeah.
I thought that was before you went to Texas.
I did too.
No, my grandfather died. I started pastoring my church in 2015. Daddy died in 2016.
Had he ever been to the church?
Never. Never. I remember when my aunt died, my aunt Norvise. I was preaching in Florida, only just a few hours away from her. And right before I got ready to get up to preach, they said, your aunt is getting ready to pass. You may want to go ahead and give your last words. I'm like, I'm about to preach.
Whoa.
And I was hoping that I could get to her after my service, because these people had paid all this money to bring me. And,
Right.
But preaching through it is not easy. All the more why to do your best to take care of the minister. We're not saying you have to roll out the brightest red carpet, but at least make sure.
Can it be clean though?
Yeah.
It ain't gotta be a big record. Can it at least be clean?
Whether it's black, blue, green, or any carpet at all, just let the floor.
Just something clean.
I'm gonna say this. I think that every pastor that brings guest preachers should have had the experience of being itinerant themselves. I'll say it this way. I wish every pastor that brought guests,
because you would understand,
had the experience of it. Yeah, because that's the thing. When they don't understand, now they create this narrative of, oh, you're just being da-da. And it's that's really not the thing. Because my thing is, I'll go in if the date is open and you reach out. We of course have a product. You go through the.
I say,
website.
watch your words.
You send it.
He said he gonna come to us.
No, he's getting ready to fix it.
If the date is open, even if you're not ABC 1, 2, 3, if I feel led to go and the date's open, I'm coming. So it's not a thing of my thing is just be honest, because one of the things they ask on the forum is, what is it? What's the expected attendance? Is the event this, da 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 da? So we can just know how to prepare if we're bringing books or whatever. What are we bringing? 10 books or bringing 1,000 books, whatever. And I don't like when they're dishonest about it, because it seems like if we say this, he won't come. No, tell the truth, because I've had some of my best experiences at them. Yes, I had one church. Invite me on the forum. It says, "What's your expectations?" Their response was packed house.
I love it.
When I got there, you know what it was? It was a packed house.
Yeah.
We had family room church.
Yeah.
And it was good too.
Those are the best ones.
But
it was on your back. I know that.
No, envelope.
Come on here, the tiny envelope.
And let me tell you something.
But they were honest.
Ain't nothing like preaching in a good storefront.
Listen to me,
brother.
When it's hot
and the sound system is good,
you sweating
and that organ sitting right here,
blowing your hair back.
Oh God!
They recording on old iPhones and they tilted a little bit. Oh, that's church right there.
Yes, sir. They got a little curtain.
iPhone 8.
Little curtain behind the pulpit.
But they were honest, and let me tell you this: there are so many places I go, and even with that, the Lord say, "Leave it." So and when people say, "Oh, the preacher's all about the money, all about this," do you know how many times I have gone home with nothing?
And so sold it back.
And sold it back.
Gone home with just hugs.
And intention.
We can't pay you for your services. You could have tried.
Well, at least you get that clarity. All right. Good one, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I went to a service and preached. I sold, I think, $50. I lie to you not. The honorarium was $20.
All right. I went to a church to preach, and it was a house.
That's what
But they told me it was a church. I get to the house. I'm late because I'm in a neighborhood thinking, well, there's no church. I call. They say, no, we're at this house. I go into the house. My hand of God. 9 people are there. Zion and Nyla are about 5 and 6. They sit down on the couch.
On the couch. All
on
right.
the couch. I'm preaching. It's over. They hand me a meal from the and say, thank you.
They baked you a cake.
No. If I tell you what the food was, you'll know what church I was in.
Tell me the food.
But I looked at it and I said, oh my. I
You
just
gotta
closed
smile.
it. And they smiled. And they closed the door.
Texas,
they locked it behind me. And that was it.
Nah,
You can guess. You know where I'm from.
I know exactly where you are.
I'm gonna tell
You know what I got. And there wasn't much of that. They didn't give me a large portion.
I'm gonna tell you what
They
Durandis
give you a
Pace.
kid's plate.
I'm gonna tell you what Durandis Pace said that stuck with me. Years ago, she said, "Whatever you don't get in one door,
you get another.
the Lord will always make it."
That is the truth, though. Now that is the truth.
That has been proven.
I know that's
true
right.
In my life.
That is the.
God knows how to balance the books.
That is true, but Mark is right. Just tell the truth before I get there. And give me the opportunity to hear from God and still come and take nothing from you.
Yeah.
But some young preacher also needs to hear how to properly respond
Now, you're right about that.
when it's not what you think it's going to be.
Graciously.
And that's the other thing. Before we got to this point, there was a period where we didn't have writers and expectations.
Absolutely.
So true.
Or
You know what I'm
adjutants. You know, I tell these young preachers, number one, you just started preaching, and you may be gifted and you may be good. If it's not your parents, You should not be running around here with an adjutant.
Yeah.
You need to humble yourself.
Pick up that little bag. Ain't nothing in that bag but some drawers and a Bible.
And I'm going to tell you something. It teach you how to preach. It teach you how to weather it through. You understand? Man, if I would have traveled with an adjutant, I didn't get an adjutant until I became a pastor.
Come on, man.
When I was traveling, my pastor, boy, you better go. Go and let the Lord use you. You understand what I mean? And I carried my own bag. Those who know me know I used to go with a book bag because I could carry my change of clothes. I could carry my Bible, and it taught me how to carry my own Bible, how to protect my bag, put it right there under the pulpit chair. You understand? Get my Bible and my little towel out, go preach. When I got done preaching, I put my stuff back in my book bag, went back in office and changed, and was humble and honorable.
Yeah.
But now preachers get a little weight on them.
They get grand up.
And
I think we feel that the more imposing I appear, the more anointed you're going to feel I am.
ooh, it ain't saying nothing.
But can I say this, just to balance this for whoever's watching and getting ready to book you guys? They can't come alone now because they just cannot be by themselves.
Now that is true in
Because
some
what you
cases.
don't know is if Bishop Jacobs is alone in an airport, there's no telling who may walk up to him, or Pastor Mark or Pastor Green, or
Yes.
Apostle Clack.
there's just no way at this point.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times, and I almost don't even know if I really want to even say this live, but I can't tell you how many times somebody in an airport will bring their child to me
Yep.
saying, "We know what Zoe meant to you. Look at our baby."
Oh my.
And I'm telling you, if it weren't for
serious?
an adjutant with me, helping me, because I'm never who's gonna turn down a baby?
Yeah.
You just
That's so
you
insensitive.
can't do that.
That's
So
so
I have to
insensitive.
hold the baby, but somebody will be with me and say, "Pastor, we gotta go," and I'm able to gently give the baby back
That's
without
so insensitive.
making a show,
Yeah.
because the pastors don't care about babies. No
Is that ever a trigger for you?
It's always a pain point. The hardest parts of my job now are baby dedications.
Wow.
So like in Memphis, there's like an influx of children.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, since Zoe went to be with Jesus, children love me.
Yeah.
They almost sprint to me at this point. So I don't shy away from it. But I feel the sting of it every time.
Yeah.
Never fails.
And that's your humanity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's God gives you grace for that. But I definitely
man.
understand. But you're so right. I was in the airport the other day,
See?
and a lady says, she says, "Oh, Bishop Jacobs, I know you," and she was saying how she knew me. I don't want to give any details to that, but she said, "We need to stay connected."
There
you go.
I said, and it was pure.
There it is.
And she wasn't saying that to me like, trying to holler at me or anything
far
like
as
that.
you know.
No, I honestly think
We believe it, amen.
I think her heart was
That's
pure.
right, her heart was
but then
pure.
she says, "I need your number."
Uh-oh.
There you go. and the plot thickens.
And this is the thing. I have nobody with me to help me through because I'm traveling alone.
I'm with you, man.
And I'm saying, woman of God.
Inbox me. Just inbox me.
So I said, Bishop, I ain't got no social media. I don't do no social media.
I need your
He
landline.
said, I need to go, but I can text you. And I said, Mother, listen, I'm going to give you the church number.
There you go.
I don't really answer my phone. The church number? That mean I got to go through a secretary? I need, and I just have to be honest.
And the truth is, we live in the generation where it doesn't have to be true, it has to be said.
Yeah.
So I can't be afford to grin too heavy with you, because if I smile too big, you gonna say,
Yep.
that smile meant something else. And if I don't have somebody there to vouch for me,
on.
I'm clickbait. I'm mincemeat.
Yep.
In those conversations, you're trying to find your way out of it
Oh, God.
Always.
as fast as possible.
Yeah. Now, Clack, what was the house and the taco plate? Was that your? You said enchiladas. I'm sorry. Fajitas.
Speak up, eloquent one.
He in the spirit.
He's a steak fajitas.
What is the?
Was that your
Speak up,
worst
deep one.
experience?
No, because I've been in some really bad rooms, some hotel rooms with similar stains. I won't tell you the color of the stains.
Yeah.
I think I might have embrace doo-doo brown a little bit quicker than the pigmentation of the stain that was waiting on me in that room.
Doo-doo brown.
Look, I might have, hallelujah. So
Was there a hole in the wall?
no, you got me beat there. But where I have you beat is somebody probably beat my room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Yeah,
But it was waiting on me.
right.
And like you all have said, I should have known by the foyer. I should have known.
It was like a room by the hour. You rented by the hour.
You could tell it was haunted. I was in a haunted environment. That's it.
I was at a hotel where they were doing transactions like with drugs.
Hey, really?
And prostitutes. And this is the thing. I was dropped off with the leader. The leader took me.
I tried to hold it, man.
City and state, please.
Why would you?
Text me. You know what? Text me.
City and state, please.
Send it to Bishop Younger so he can pray.
I was like, yeah, nah. All night we excited. I'm
Is that what the pastor was saying?
yeah, nah. We're gonna have some church tonight. What? And I was like,
I done still got dropped off at some hotels where you got to walk outside to your room.
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
Now, when we get here, we're going to flash the high beams in. You just come on outside. What? Y'all have been picked up in a school bus?
oh,
Wow.
I'm talking about a full yellow
You sat in
Bluebird.
seat 15.
I sat in seat 15, and we went up a hill. My bag rolled down the thing. Because there wasn't nobody on the bus.
For real?
Mark.
Oh, right. I'm at the airport, and it was one of them. Gotta balance you. Gotta humble you. Because I had one of those, limousine service weeks. Then the next day out, I'm at the
You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on.
We know how to
Okay,
celebrate.
editors, I need you all to flash back to when I knocked the mic over. Ready? Go.
When
Now that
Jacob's
we're
laughing,
back, look what the Lord.
it's another brown stain. It's another brown stain.
God knows how to
On my
balance the
table.
scales.
God
But
knows how.
Mark, what you're missing is there's a devil getting ready to attack your equipment.
No, it ain't.
Because
No,
you
it
see
ain't.
how this liquid is making its way?
Somebody gonna celebrate it,
It's
and
moving.
they're gonna get in the gap.
Lord, hold on, let me
promise
pray.
you.
Lord, thank you for sending balance. Lord, you are the great justifier. And when I accidentally knocked my mic over, Lord, they mocked me. But Lord, thank you that you knocked Bishop's drink over in Jesus' name. Hey, he is the great balancer.
He is.
Hey, tell them they need to bring us some tissue quick.
Look how he holding his hand.
He's standing in the gap.
Come on.
He's standing in the gap.
It's coming through, too.
We celebrate you.
Brown liquid. We've been talking about brown stains, and here's now brown
He'll do
liquid.
it. He'll turn it around.
I need some chloride.
Y'all get to see who we really are.
This is real. This is very real. So I'm at the airport, baggage claim. I'm outside, and I'm off this high. They had a custom something before, and I'm out there, and I see this yellow school bus coming in, and I'm laughing. Who's getting picked up in a school bus?
Hey, man, this is wild.
What a loser! Oh, they pull that thing up. Deacon hit that.
No way. Wait, Mark, this is a real story?
It's a not a short bus.
I've never heard.
It's a full, not as long as I would like to admit. It's a full. It's post YLC.
Wow. That's
It's
not,
a
wow.
Alamo. Now I got all these people looking at me get on the school bus by myself with my little bag, and we pull off.
That's right.
Bag sliding on it, and no seatbelt or nothing. I'm sitting there
That's right.
humbling.
God humble.
And that's why God trusts him with 2,000 members.
Well,
Please take note, young preachers. That's why. Right there.
Shout it one more time.
Thank you. How many walked down the aisle on Sunday?
it was 100.
100.
It's-
No, it was a little more than 102.
And then something. We had one join over here. In fact, one of our newest members is over there. My son in the gospel. Thank you, Jesus.
You just joined?
He joined today.
You joined today?
Spirit and
He
truth.
joined today.
Thank you.
He's been working, I don't know for how long, a month or so.
What's
And,
his name, Mark?
Colby.
Colby, let me encourage you, man. You are in proximity of greatness.
Wow.
I'm praying that whatever bus Pastor Mark had to ride on, because he wrote it, I pray you never have to. I pray you get to walk through incredible doors, man. You've served all day. All the staff has. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you press the wrong one? Why would you do that?
Took all the spirit out of it.
You should have done
Kobe,
this
what's
one.
right again later?
That's the one you should have done.
No, that doesn't match the moment.
No, it didn't match. But no, I'm sorry, Clack. Go ahead.
It's too
Finish
late.
your prophecy.
He's
No, I'm
the
done.
prophet.
I'm
Prophetic
done.
is lifted. The oil is lifted.
Oh, you felt
But
it.
okay, but let me ask you this.
that was very
Let me just, we gotta go. The Saints is tired. But I gotta ask this. We have not touched on this. What are some of the do's and don'ts?
Here we go. I was waiting.
This is what we need to talk about.
Yeah.
We could do stories all day.
Mark, can we do a round table? Everybody do a do and a don't.
I think we should.
You go first.
Ooh. I'm gonna start with the don't. I think that one of the biggest don'ts that we all should keep in mind is when you go into somebody else's church, do not insert yourself into church politics.
Oh, yeah.
Church dynamic. Do not. Here's how my mama would say it. Do not allow yourself to get picked. Because here's what I've seen happen. You're there as a guest evangelist.
Yep.
And armor bearer or member, somebody. Pat, what do you think about such and such? And here you go. Well, I think da-da-da-da. Not knowing that you're really being quoted. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for a quote so that I can go back. Well, Pastor Moore said. No, my response was, well, what does your pastor think? Because what you're not going to do is get me involved in a in-house dispute I didn't know anything about. Yeah. So that one of my first don'ts is, don't insert yourself into church. You are not the guest of the people. I think a lot of us make that mistake. I'm here because I got views, and I'm the people did not invite you.
Come on, man.
The pastor invited you.
That's gold.
You should always aim to be a pastor helper. And here's the critique that some would say, well, what if the pastor's not doing? So what if he's not? Then one, that's not your business. Two, if you knew all of that, you shouldn't have went.
Yeah.
If you're a pastor that I can't help, I can't say something good about, I can't push people to you, I don't need to be there.
Yeah, man.
So I think if we could stay out of church politics and spats and keep your opinion, because everybody's house is different. Mm-hmm. There's a reason you do certain things at New Zion Temple the way you do them. There's a reason you do things at Grace the way you do. There's a reason you do things at Reformation the way you do them. And as an outsider coming in, I don't know the culture, I don't know the history, I don't know the story. And sometimes we're spewing these opinions and thoughts, not knowing you're causing I don't want to be the kind of preacher that the pastor has to apologize for when I leave or clean up after. Let me tell you what he was trying to say, y'all. No, I want to be an asset.
Yep.
And I think that if we can keep in mind, I'm not here as the guest of the church. I'm the guest of Pastor Nathaniel Green. I'm the guest of Pastor Apostle Brandon Clack. I'm the guest of Bishop Brandon Jacobs. My job should be to lift up his arm. But yes, bless the people, but lift up his arm as well.
Point the people back to the leader.
What's your don't?
Always.
A don't is don't preach doctrinal messages.
Good. Real good.
When you go into churches, like you said, you're the guest of the pastor. You know a lot of what they believe when you get in there. Just preach a message that stays out of the era of doctrine, so that the pastor does not have to get up and say things like, this is what they meant, da da da. There are times when I feel like my message may be too doctrinal, and I will share what I feel may be too doctrinal with the pastor, because I may not know their beliefs, and I may say, this is where the message is leaning. Is this okay? What are your thoughts? What are your feels? And I won't preach it. It is okay to share. We make it. Which one is the spooky button? Is it this one?
Spooky.
We get so spooky with the message. Oh, I can't share this because this is sacred until I release it. There's some churches you go to, especially some of these larger churches, they're going to ask you to send your message. It's true. They want you to send the manuscript of your message to them before you get there. Or churches will invite you to preach on a certain thought or a theme before you get there. So if you're used to getting those assignments, then if you're going to preach something and you're not sure if it's too doctrinal or too opinionated, then feel safe to share it with the leader and say, this is where I feel the Lord is leading me. I want to make sure that this is okay. And the leader, if it's a good leader, they'll be honest with you.
Man.
What's your don't, Clack?
I have two.
Okay.
But I'll take one.
Do two.
Yeah, get both of them.
Don't go over your time.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
good.
And that's so hard.
My spiritual father don't play with that.
There's
Yeah, he
nothing
sure
more.
You got 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There's nothing more irritating to the host pastor when he knows the stamina of those people.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you are determined, I feel something. Well, that spirit is subject to the prophet.
That's right.
That's right.
And there's not going to be that. This scripture is so misquoted. There's not going to be any blood on your hands.
That's right.
That's so old covenant and out of context.
yes.
I don't want the blood on my. I got to say it and go 30 minutes over. No, you don't.
You ain't got no check in your hand.
And then the second one, and I'm gonna just say this: I guess we don't have to elaborate. It's obvious. Don't go home with anybody in that church that you didn't come to church with.
That's right. I was gonna say
And
that.
the church said,
That is
Please don't.
That's a long
applause. I'm sorry. It's
very long, right?
We celebrate you.
That's good, Clack.
Nate, what's your don't?
I got a do and a don't. My don't, you said it, don't bite the bait.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, we are there on assignment.
You always talking about
Ministry
biting
assignment.
something. Have y'all noticed that?
No, that was
Very-
him. He talked about biting something in the other.
It's a lot of it's a biting spirit on this side.
On
of the
that
table.
side of the room.
I don't know what's going on.
But don't bite the bait, because though you're on assignment, no, there's a devil on assignment that is there waiting for you.
Yeah.
And the devil knows what you like. There's going to be a nice set of thighs, hips, bosoms, sitting right there sometimes on the front row.
Yeah.
And you've got to just stay focused on your assignment, preach, go sit down, get out of there. Don't fraternize.
Yeah. That's what I'm
sheep.
say. Don't fraternize.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is out of line. I know this is Preacher Talk Podcast.
What's on your heart?
We ain't never discussed this.
Uh-oh.
But we are all in agreement that our most vulnerable times
Is after you finish preaching.
are post-ministry, right?
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, I just want to make sure that something wrong with me.
This is why,
Which goes back to
this is why in my marriage, I need a nude. Right after.
Okay.
Brandon, not right now. Hit all of them. All of them.
From his wife. From his wife.
From Christabel.
Help me, Jacob,
From
please.
his wife.
Listen to me. Just saying. Lady with the bad back.
Now, I was
Let me just say, when I tell you she is so considerate,
He says,
so your wife. Oh, she has different poses.
she's so considerate.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? You know.
But
wait a minute.
You're not
hold
going
on.
to let me just wander off.
We were in Miami.
we
right?
were in Miami. Yes. At the table.
Yes.
And
Where
we're
we
at the
ordered
table.
$9,000 worth of in-room dining on his room.
We sure
And while we're sitting there, Clack says, "Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. There we go."
They thought I got a building.
I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Oh, I finally got my photos." I said, "Photos of what?"
What are you talking about?
Christabel.
Yeah.
That's his wife. Let me say
on
it
the
again.
road.
That's his wife, Saints.
That's his wife.
His wife.
Husband of one wife.
But I was going to say this, though. Do your best to go to your room. Be kind.
Go
I'm
to your
going to
room.
give 2 dues.
I stole that from you, man.
Yeah, 2 dues. Number 1, participate in the worship.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
The worst preachers are those who are too deep to get involved in the worship.
agree.
That's very
You are
good.
preaching before you're preaching. Your behavior in that service is already preaching before you open your text. So be